The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2 present Viking Preview with a look at today's Colfax Viking football game. And now, Viking Preview.
Good evening and welcome to Viking Preview. Rick Olson here in the NLWN 2 studio, and we're getting ready to bring you the 0-7 Vikings, who are 0-5 in the Dunn St. Croix Conference, as they'll once again try to pick up their first win of the season when they take on the 3-4 Cameron Comets, who are 3-2 in the Lakeland Conference. Now, this game is this week's crossover game between the Lakeland Conference and the Dunn St. Croix Conference, and will count in the respective conference records. The Vikings are coming off a 35-18 defeat at the hands of the Clear Lake Warriors, while the Comets are rolling following their 21-7 victory over the Cadott Hornets. Coming up in this edition of Viking Preview, we'll take a look at tonight's matchup between the Colfax Vikings and the Cameron Comets. Then we'll get Coach Joe Baranik's perspective on tonight's game in Coach's Corner. Following that, we'll take a quick look around the Dunn St. Croix Conference to see where things stand. Then, our broadcast crew will bring you all the play-by-play action of tonight's contest from Cameron High School. All that coming up right after this timeout as you're tuned to Viking Preview on NLWN 2.
Yo, camping buddy. Boom. Okay, you guys ready?
Dude, I thought you were driving.
I thought you were driving.
Oh, I never said I was driving.
I definitely can't drive.
Okay.
If you're high, just don't drive. It's illegal everywhere. If you feel different, you drive different.
Welcome back to Viking Preview. Tonight, the Vikings will take on a Lakeland Conference opponent in the Cameron Comets from Cameron High School. Now, in this week's Dunn St. Croix Lakeland Conference crossover game, the Vikings are still looking to find a way to stack positive plays to lead to positive results, while the Comets are looking to stay in contention for a WIAA playoff spot. In the Vikings' 35-18 loss to the Clear Lake Warriors, they found themselves in a 2-point game at halftime. But in the second half, it seemed as though each positive play that the Vikings would come up with, they'd follow that up with 1 or 2 negative plays and just couldn't get any momentum. After allowing Clear Lake to score at the end of a long 8.5-minute opening drive in the first quarter, the Vikings wasted no time in answering back in 2 minutes with a 37-yard run by Drew Beekner to make the score Clear Lake 7 and the Vikings 6.
Hovde goes in motion, giving straight up. No, pitch to Beekner as he heads around the right side. He's heading towards the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings!
Then in the second quarter, after Clear Lake had opened a 14-6 lead, Drew Beekner forced a fumble to force Clear Lake into a 3rd and long situation.
Wide to the far side. Put Kane in motion. Ball's loose on the ground, and Kane falls on it back at the 16-yard line. Good hit that time by the Vikings. Prusek kept it himself, and somebody got a helmet on the ball, and it just squirted right out of there.
Following that, the Viking defense forced another fumble, which Liam Schotter recovered for the Vikings, setting up a 1st and goal.
They put a man in motion coming around the near side. He drops the ball. Vikings pick it up, head towards the goal line, but he's thrown out of bounds at the 9. Well, they're going to mark it the 10.
Recovered by Schotter.
Levi Schotter
making the tackle.
On the recovery, Liam Schotter, sorry about that, bounced right into his hands. Look, Ma, what I found, and he headed in the right direction.
3 plays later, the Viking quarterback Austin Peterson found Theo Hovde in the back of the end zone for an 11-yard touchdown pass, even if the announcer mistakenly credited the catch to Orion Nichols. But upon further review, the receiver was clearly Theo Hovde.
Peterson throws it towards the end zone. Nichols goes up, and he got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings!
Peterson
Orion Nichols with a leaping catch in the back of the end zone.
for the touchdown.
Takes it down for a Viking touchdown.
In the second half, the Vikings simply couldn't get out of their own way. Clear Lake opened up a 35-12 lead until the Vikings scored late in the fourth quarter on a 15-yard pass from Peterson to Hovde for their second touchdown hookup of the night.
Back to throw, looking over the middle. He's got Hovde, and he's in the end zone for a touchdown.
The Vikings were led on the ground by Hovde, who picked up 70 yards on 3 carries for an average of over 22 yards per carry. Drew Beekner added another 56 yards on 7 carries and a touchdown. Through the air, Austin Peterson went 6 for 17 for 75 yards and 2 touchdowns. The leading receiver was Hovde with 4 catches for 60 yards and 2 touchdowns. Defensively, the leading tacklers for the Vikings were Beekner along with Grant Cook, as they had 9 tackles each. They were followed by Grant Paulus and Jacob Wall, who each contributed 7 tackles. Now, last week, the Cameron Comets defeated the Cadott Hornets 21-7. Now, in that game, the Comets were led in rushing by Cole Peterson, who carried the ball 15 times for 121 yards and 2 touchdowns. He was aided by Bryce Odash, who picked up an additional 108 yards on 13 carries. Through the air, Comet quarterback A.J. Guerra went 5 for 9 for 67 yards, including a touchdown and an interception. Guerra's leading target was Carter Cherney, who had 2 catches for 39 yards and a touchdown. Defensively, the Comets were led by Sawyer Ebner and Tyler Phillips, who had 12 and 11 tackles, respectively. Now, on the season, Ebner and Phillips lead the Comets defensively with 44 and 42 tackles, respectively, and are followed by Cole Peterson with an additional 38. On the ground, Cameron is being led by Peterson, who has 849 yards and 10 touchdowns with an average of over 120 yards per game. Guerra leads the team in passing, going 52 for 112 for 507 yards and 4 touchdowns. He's been intercepted 7 times. His favorite receiver has been Jax Manor with 16 catches for 241 yards and a touchdown. Now, for the Vikings so far this season, leading the way on the ground is Theo Hovde with 275 yards on 28 carries and an average of nearly 10 yards per carry. He's followed by Grant Paulus with 244 yards on 63 carries. Now, through the air, the Vikings are led by Austin Peterson, who has completed 20 passes in 58 attempts for 301 yards and 4 touchdowns. The leading receiver for the Vikings has been Orion Nichols with 10 catches for 195 yards. Nichols is followed by Theo Hovde with 11 catches for 143 yards and 3 touchdowns. On defense, the Vikings are being led by Drew Beekner with 38 tackles, followed by Hovde with 35, along with Grant Cook with 31. Now, coming up next, I caught up with Joe Baranek at practice a little earlier this week, and we'll get his perspective on tonight's game in Coach's Corner. Then we'll bring you all the play-by-play action of tonight's crossover game. And that's all coming up right after this timeout as you're tuned to Viking Preview on NLWN2.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Time now for Coach's Corner, with a look at today's Viking football game from the coach's point of view. Now, Coach's Corner.
Once again on Coach's Corner, we're talking with Viking head coach Joe Baranek. And Coach, today the Vikings are going to face the Lakeland Conference's Cameron Comets in this week's Dunn St. Croix crossover game with the Lakeland Conference. But before we talk about that game, let's look back at last week where the Vikings, well, they played a really strong first half. It was a 2-point game at halftime, but eventually bowed out to the Clear Lake Warriors 35-18. Can you fill us in on that game?
Yeah, we did some good things, especially in the first half, like you mentioned. I thought offensively we moved the ball fairly efficiently. We minimized most mistakes, but just made one too many, as it kind of were. So just realizing again that our margin for error is pretty thin, and trying to capitalize on any mistakes and opportunities that we get from the other team. So going forward, we just need to play our best brand of football going forward.
In that game, the Vikings did have a number of really strong plays, but just couldn't stack plays together, and that seems to be kind of the key to football. You have to, one play here and there isn't going to win you a game. You have to chain them together to put the drives together. So what do the Vikings need to do to build that consistency?
Just keep building on confidence, and like I said, there are flashes of greatness, and we're kind of just trying to get the kids to realize that they're capable of it every play out. We try to put them in the best position as possible from a play call standpoint and a defensive kind of scheme standpoint, but ultimately it's up to them to go out and execute at the same time. So trying to build the confidence, we kind of do that through practice, so hopefully keep going this week.
Well, now tonight, the Vikings are going to take on the Lakeland Conference opponent, Cameron Comets. What can you tell us about the Comets?
Yeah, they're a physical, well-coached team. It's kind of reminiscent of what we get usually on our schedule throughout the year. So a team that we don't usually see here in the Dunn St. Croix, but they're well-coached, like you mentioned. They'll be a little more balanced than maybe people think. Good thrower, good runner, in the running back position. So just kind of giving them between the tackles and then playing our brand of football on offense would be big for us.
Now, the Comets do appear, you kind of hinted at it, senior running back Cole Peterson. He's headed for a 1,000-yard season rushing. What do the Vikings need to do to limit his yards? He's going to get some yards. Good running backs like that get their yards. But what can you do to hold him down some?
I think, just making him earn his yards between the tackles is going to be big for us. I think what he really does is makes hay outside of those tackles. So forcing him back into help is going to be big for us this week, and not break and contain. So really kind of preaching that to our kids here this week and kind of understanding the blocking schemes that they're going to employ up front and flow into the ball. It's going to be big for us.
Now, today's game is the Dunn St. Croix Lakeland Conference crossover game. Can you explain how that works?
So we ended up having some conference realignment coming into this year, and that's something that's done every couple of years, but anyway, the WIAA. So we ended up losing Cadott from our Dunn St. Croix football conference. I forget which one they ended up in, the Lakeland or something like that. But they lost, so we lost Cadott, so now we needed an extra conference game. So we're down a conference opponent. So this was their way of offsetting our loss, was to create a crossover game with the what was it, the Lakeland Conference? Yes, the Lakeland Conference. So this will act as a conference game for us.
Okay, and the Lakeland Conference also has 7 teams, and Chris, when you only have 7 teams in your conference, you're only going to have 6 conference games, and the WIA really wants you to have 7 so they can figure out playoffs and so on.
Yes, sir. Yep, that's the whole goal. So this will act as our 7th conference game before we wrap things up with Boyceville next week.
Now, Cameron is actually in a position where they may actually qualify for the playoffs. They've got a little something to play for tonight.
Correct, yeah, absolutely. So I'm hoping to play spoiler and, again, play our best brand of football going forward.
Well, thank you, Coach Braddock, for joining us today on Coach's Corner. Good luck in tonight's game. Hey, how about a Viking victory?
Here's hoping, buddy.
And coming up next, we'll have more Viking preview.
You have been tuned to Coach's Corner with a look at today's Colfax Viking game from the coach's point of view. Stay tuned. More Viking preview is coming right up.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies. Because when people are fed, futures are nourished. Everyone deserves to live a full life. And with your help, together we can end hunger. Join the movement at feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Welcome back to Viking Preview. Tonight we have the Vikings taking on the Cameron Comets in the Dun St. Croix Lakeland Conference crossover matchup. Now, since this is a crossover game, the results of tonight's game will count in the conference records for both teams in their respective conferences. Now, taking a look around the Dun St. Croix Conference last week, in addition to the Vikings dropping a 35-18 loss to the Clear Lake Warriors, the Spring Valley Cardinals blanked the Elmwood Plum City Wolves 24-0, and the Glenwood City Hilltoppers nipped the Turtle Lake Lakers 23-19. In addition, it was the Boyceville Bulldogs topping the Unity Eagles 38-14 in the Dun St. Croix Lakeland Conference crossover game. Now that leaves the Dun St. Croix Conference standings as follows. In a two-way tie for first place are still the Boyceville Bulldogs and the Spring Valley Cardinals, each with a 5-0 record. In third place with 3-2 records are the Glenwood City Hilltoppers, 2 games back. The Turtle Lake Lakers, who are 3 games off the lead, hold down fourth place with a 2-3 record, while fifth place finds the 1-4 Clear Lake Warriors and Elmwood Plum City Wolves tied 4 games back. Seventh place belongs to the 0-5 Colfax Vikings. Now tonight, the Dun St. Croix Conference slate includes, in addition to the Vikings at the Cameron Comets in this week's crossover game, the unbeaten Spring Valley Cardinals will travel to Boyceville to face the unbeaten Boyceville Bulldogs. The Clear Lake Warriors will play host to the Turtle Lake Lakers, and the Glenwood City Hilltoppers will travel to Elmwood to face the Elmwood Plum City Wolves. Now, tonight, the Vikings need to find a way to stack positive plays to gain positive results. They also need to find an answer for Cameron's senior running back, Cole Peterson. Keeping him under control would go a long way towards setting the stage for a positive outcome. The Comets are in the hunt for a WIAA playoff berth, and a win tonight would put them on the cusp of making it to the playoffs. Now, this all adds up to some exciting high school football action right here on NLWN2. Now, in just a few moments, we'll send it out to our broadcast crew at Cameron High School, and we'll have all the play-by-play action for you coming up next. You've been tuned to Viking Preview on NLWN2.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. How to safely build a fire, and how to control the flames. But I can only teach wildfire prevention. Only you can prevent wildfires.
You have been tuned to Viking Preview on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2. Stay tuned. Coming up next is live Colfax Viking football.
It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Sladen's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Sladen's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Sladen's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Sladen's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Sladen's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2 along with Colfax High School now bring you Colfax Viking football. Follow the Vikings all season long as they battle their way through the Dun St. Croix Conference. Now it's out to the stadium for Colfax Viking football.
And good evening, and welcome to Comet Stadium here in Cameron, Wisconsin, as we're getting ready to bring you the Colfax Vikings taking on the Cameron Comets. Rick Olson here, along with Dan Petschow and Carson Van Ness on the camera tonight. And we're just moments away from getting things started as the Cameron Comets are coming on to the field. And Dan, Vikings have a little work to do to get the ship righted, so to speak.
Yeah, you know, they've seen improvements throughout the season, and it's time to put one game together here. And I think if they can control the ball and maybe get a couple turnovers, they'll be able to hang in this game. Cameron's going to try to control the ball and use that clock for it.
And one of the things Coach and I were talking about a little bit is stacking plays. You know, the Vikings have made some good plays this year. They just haven't been able to follow them up with more. It seems like whenever they make a good play, all of a sudden they go backwards 2 or 3 plays and shoot themselves in the foot one way or another.
Yeah, you know, I think as this season goes along, you see the players getting a little better, and they just need to put one game together.
And we are getting ready. And the Vikings are still out warming up on the field. Everybody else is lined up for the national anthem. The Cameron Comets along the sideline. The choir for the Cameron High School is going to present the national anthem for us when it's time. And now I think the Vikings are going to get ready. By the way, the officials tonight, Van Bungard is the referee. Dylan Lambert is the umpire. Talon Novinsky is the headline judge. Nathan Behrens is the line judge. And Brian Arnold is the back judge. Now the Vikings line up, and we're getting ready for the national anthem. We'll send it down to the field.
Good evening, and welcome to Cameron Stadium in tonight's homecoming football game between the visiting Colfax Vikings and your Cameron Comets. At this time to honor America, we ask that you please rise, remove your hats, as the Cameron Choir, under the direction of Mr. Scott Jensen, sings our national anthem.
The Cameron High School Choir giving us our national anthem. And now we're going to get ready for the player introductions. And they will give the Vikings first, followed by the Cameron Comets.
Humanities, racial, sexist, or ethnic comments or other intimidating or taunting actions will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. Please enjoy tonight's game in a positive manner. And now let's meet the teams for tonight's contest. First, for the visiting Vikings, being announced as a team, the unit from Colfax. Colfax is coached by Joe Moronic. This is by Chad Evanson, Bingo, Lisbon, David Stein. And now for your Cameron Comets. Number 2, a senior, junior, Bryce Bodan. Number 3, a senior, Cole Peterson. Number 5, sophomore, A.J. Guerra. Number 7, senior, Michael Johnson. Number 9, senior, Jan Tanner. Number 24, senior, Aiden Solak. Number 28, junior, Aaron Gibbons. Number 52, senior, Parker Wilson. Number 56, senior, Dan Cole. Number 57, senior, Michael Reynolds. Number 64, sophomore, Brandon Reynolds. Number 65, senior, Tyler Phillips. Number 83, senior, Carter Kearney. Number 89, junior, Brady Grotsky. The Comets are coached by Carlos Dorsey, by Bob Bowerman, Norm Kelly, Gary Kipling.
And there's the Cameron Comets. Actually, they announced, I believe, 14 of them, but they'll only play 11. I mean, 14's even too many for Canada.
You're right.
By the way, the Cameron Comets won the coin toss and elected to receive. They will be moving from left to right. So the Vikings will be kicking off to get this one started. See if the Vikings can step up on defense and make a stop and get the ball back for the offense.
Yeah, we've seen them throughout the season get a couple of turnovers here on special teams.
And, of course, after that game over in Plum City, we were kind of watching, and sure enough, Drew Buechner was warming up with onside kicks during the warm-up time tonight. So, who knows?
Yeah, that's what Colfax needs, just a little spark to get this team going.
Buechner teeing up the ball. Again, the Vikings lining up with Zach Learmo also in kicking position. Cole Peterson is back deep. The kick is going to come down at the 38-yard line, and falling on it right away is Parker Davis, and that's where the Cameron Comets will take over 1st and 10. So 1st and 10. And the Comets come up to the line. Quarterback back in the pistol. He puts a man in motion. That's Manor. And it goes off the left side out to about the 45-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 7. 2nd down 3.
That's going to push off the left side for the Comets.
Cole Peterson on the carry. They come up to the line. Again, Manor goes in motion. Give to the right side this time. And out near the 50 and falling forward into Viking territory is Peterson again.
Yeah, just ran it to the opposite side this time.
So the Comets come up to the line. A.J. Guerra at quarterback. He puts Manor in motion again. This time he gives it to Manor going around the left side. He's down across the 35. Still on his feet, down to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, good sweep there by Manor.
Vikings were trapped inside that time, and Manor just got to the outside. They're going to spot the ball at the 28-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Comets.
The Colfax has to seal those edges off.
Two receivers split out to the right side. And again, Manor in motion. Givey coming around the right end and taken down at the 25-yard line. That's Givens on the carry, Garrett Givens.
Ryan Nichols on the tackle for Colfax.
So a gain of just a couple. Maybe a gain of 3. 2nd down 7. Giro waiting for the snap. Gives it straight up the middle this time. Peterson with it. He gets it down to the 20. I think he's going to be just shy of the 20. In fact, make it almost the 21.
James Wall on the tackle for the Vikings.
3rd down and about 2. Straight up the middle, Guerra on the carry, and I think he got the 1st down. They're going to put the ball at the 17-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Cameron Comets. Bryce Odash coming in with the play. Guerra comes out.
Yeah, I wonder if it's some kind of wildcat.
Odash waiting for the ball. Puts a man in motion. Hands it coming around the right end and turns the corner at the 10, and that's Manor. He gets it down to about the 9-yard line. Second down and about a yard. He got 9.
Lermo on the tackle for Colfax.
Splitting out wide to the left is Gronsky and Manor. Odash still at quarterback. This time they give it a man. Gronsky, check that. Odash kept it himself. He gets it down to about the 4, it looks like, where they're going to put it. That should be enough for a 1st down. 1st and goal from the 4-yard line.
First and goal, now the ball resting on the Viking 4-yard line.
And goes in motion, give it straight up the middle. Didn't get much that time. Peterson on the carry. He might have got a yard. 2nd and goal from the 3.
A good job by Wall and Cook there for Colfax.
Manor and Gronsky splitting out wide to the right. Guerra. And we have flags flying. I think the Vikings jumped into the neutral zone. It's going to move it down to inside the 2. So 2nd and goal from the 1.5-yard line. At least if my math serves me correctly. They were on the 3, half the distance to the goal. Guerra waiting for the snap. Takes it, gives it up the middle to Peterson. He slides off the left side into the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, just Cameron sealed off that left edge, and easy touchdown for Cameron.
So that makes the score the Cameron Comets 6 and the Vikings nothing. Attempting the extra point is Mitchell Kelly. Snap the kick, gets up, and it's good. So with 6:27 to go in the first quarter, it's the Cameron Comets 7 and the Vikings nothing as you're tuned to Viking football on NLWN 2.
Looking for a team approach to managing your finances? With over 70 years of experience and 12 locations, Dairy State Bank has built a reputation for helpful customer service and support. While our service ethic is old-fashioned, our products and services are not. We offer a full range of loan programs as well as online banking, mobile deposit, and transaction alerts to fit your busy lifestyle. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Elmer's daddy taught him that when he has a big feeling like being frustrated, humming a song can help you feel better. We all have big feelings, and we are all here for one another. Love your mind.
Back here at Cameron High School, Theo Hovde and Drew Beekner are back deep to receive for the Vikings. And I believe that was Jayton Silvernail. It is. Teeing up the ball, and he approaches, kicks it away. It's going to come down to Beekner at the 17, goes between his legs, picks it up. He's in a little bit of trouble, finds a little bit of room along the sidelines, and gets it out across the 25 to about the 27-yard line, and that's right where they're going to mark it. 1st and 10 for the Vikings at the 27-yard line.
Yeah, it started a little trouble, but good job of getting out of that for Beekner.
That funny-shaped ball doesn't always bounce the way you expect it to, and that's what happened to Beekner that time, and it squirted between his legs. He had to go back and pick it up. Vikings come up to the line. Nichols is split out wide to the right. Beekner in the slot on the left. Hovde in the slot on the right. Beekner goes into motion. Gives straight up the middle to keeping it on the option is Peterson. He gets it out across the 30 to about the 31-yard line. It's going to be a gain of about 3, 2nd down 7.
Tackle made by Cameron Zach Cole.
Austin Johnson split to the near side. Now Beekner's in a wing on the left. Hovde wing on the right. Paulus in the backfield. Beekner goes in motion. Give to Paulus, and he got met behind the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a loss of a couple. Back to the 28-yard line.
Bryce Odash was first one to get there for Comets.
Going to bring up 3rd and 9 for the Vikings. Parker Wilson and company up there in the middle. Some big bodies for the Vikings to try to move out of the way. And they didn't get moved last time. Peterson waiting for the snap. Drops back. Floats it over the middle. He's got his receiver and taken down at the 46-yard line. That's Theo Hovde.
Yeah, good job by Hovde to get between the two safeties there and get a nice first down.
That's a gain of 19 yards on the play. And the give straight. No, Peterson keeps it. And he got met at the 45-yard line. It's going to be a loss of 2. Bring up a
52 on the tackle for Cameron. That is Parker Wilson.
Like I say, some of those big bodies for the Cameron Comets.
52, 57, Michael Reynolds, senior.
2nd and 12 for the Vikings. Peterson takes a snap, drops back, looks out. He's got Nichols at the 40, taken down at the 38-yard line of the Comets. 17-yard catch.
Yeah, almost the same route as that last one by Hovde. Good job of Nichols go up and get that one.
3:30 remaining in the first quarter. And we have a timeout on the field. The officials are calling timeout. It's the equipment timeout. Nichols had some shoulder pads sticking out from under his jersey, and they fixed it. So the clock starts. Vikings at the 38. Give on the counter to Hovde coming around the left side. He's across the 35, taken down at about the 33-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 5. And it's going to bring up 2nd down 5 for the Vikings.
Good job by Hovde there. He kind of sat right in that pocket and waited until everybody collapsed and then kicked it out.
They're at the 33. And whoops, we have time being called.
We got a player that's got to come off for the Comets. 89 goes in for 56.
Zach Foles had to come out. He doesn't look too happy about it either.
Brady Gronsky fills the spot.
Peterson keeps it. He goes off the right side, gets it down to about the 32-yard line. It's going to be a gain of a yard. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 4. This is a time right now where we were talking about how the Vikings need to stack some plays without shooting themselves in the foot. They have slots on both sides. Beekner in the slot on the near side, Hovde on the far side. Peterson drops back, looks downfield, throws it over into the flat. He's got, I believe it's Nichols. And no, it's Hovde, and he breaks loose, heads down towards the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings! Got Theo Hovde in the flat, and he headed down the sideline for the touchdown. 32-yard touchdown pass.
Yeah, that's what we've seen all season from Theo Hovde is that speed. He had to come back for that ball, but turned and made good yards for that touchdown.
Austin Coates to try the extra point. The snap is a little bit high. The kick is up. And it did not get through. It just under the crossbar. So the score remains Cameron Comets 7 and the Vikings 6 as you're tuned to Viking basketball on NLWN 2.
It's getting to that time of year again. Time for the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV to present our Halloween Spooktacular 2024. Join us at 7 p.m. on Halloween night by the light of the Jack-o'-lantern as we bring you some of the best in Halloween-themed old-time radio programs, including The Jack Benny Show and the Halloween Masquerade Party, Dragnet, and the episode entitled The Werewolf, The Lives of Harry Lime starring Orson Welles, and Suspense with The Bride Vanishes. So join me on our Halloween Spooktacular at 7 p.m. Halloween night on NLWN TV.
Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax has just what you need when you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it. Mom's is open from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily and until 9 on Fridays with a complete breakfast menu. Lunch includes sandwiches, salads, wraps, and burgers, along with Mom's comfort food favorites, and don't forget dinner on Fridays with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee always hot, the breakfast always delicious, and lunch puts a smile on your face. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax.
Vikings trailing 7-6 with 2:10 to go in the first quarter. Drew Beekner tees the ball up. He approaches and kicks it away. It's going to come down at about the 20-yard line. Picked up by Peterson, I believe, and he gets run out of bounds at the 43-yard line.
Pushed out by Cole Parzak.
And it was Cole Peterson, so Cole on Cole. Cole Peterson on the return, got it out to the 43. So the Comets went down and scored on their opening drive, and then 4 minutes later, the Vikings answered. Each team has a touchdown. The only difference in the game is the Comets kicked their extra point and the Vikings did not. Comets at the line of scrimmage. You're at quarterback. And they take it around the left side, still on his feet, across the 50. Ball's loose. Still loose. And recovered by Cameron.
That's number...
Jax Manor was the one carrying the ball initially.
I think 56 picked it up for Cameron. Zach Foles.
And it's down to the 41-yard line of the Vikings. 1st and 10 for the Comets. Two receivers split to the right. Garrett, quarterback. Puts a man in motion. The Vikings jump offside and the whistle blows. And we've got encroachment on the Vikings in the middle of the line. I think it might have been Brady Elmer jumping.
Yeah, just trying to get a little early jump there. Got caught.
Oh, and the man in motion changed direction just as he got behind the center, which Elmer saw, and it triggered the reaction. Again, two split wide to the right. Again, the man in motion, and again we get movement. This time I think it's going to be against the Comets. And it is. So we're back where we started from. 1:16 remaining in the first quarter. 1st and 10 for the Comets at the 41-yard line. Again, Manor and Ludwig split out wide. Throw over the middle is incomplete.
Yeah, nobody there. I think it was intended for 83.
Yeah, it was Carter Cherney was the intended receiver. So 2nd down 10. Again, we got Cherney split out wide to the right. Yeah, that's 83, not 33. Give straight up the middle, now cutting it over to the right side. Getting to the outside, crossing the 35 down to the 30, and pushing his own man out of the way is Peterson, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 28-yard line, and that's enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, that's how you use your blockers. He just fouled number 9, Jax Manor, and picked up some extra yardage.
Comets up to the line quickly. They have wide receivers both sides this time. And again, the give to Peterson, tries the left side, cuts back to the middle, and got across the 25 down to about the 23-yard line.
Yeah, good job by Colfax there to seal off that edge.
That's going to pick up 5 yards. Peterson is headed for a 1,000-yard season. And as Coach said, they've got to keep him to the inside and keep him from making where he gets a lot of his yards is on the outside. They've got to turn him back in where the help is. Manor goes in motion, give to Peterson, straight up the middle. Big hole this time. He heads to the end zone. Touchdown, Cameron, 24-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, exactly. That left guard for the Comets just blasted up a hole, and he hit it.
So Cole Peterson with a 24-yard touchdown run puts the Comets on top. 13-6. Snap, the place, the kick gets, and it is good. That just barely got through, but it's good. So Kelly made the kick, and that makes the score. The Cameron Comets 14 and the Vikings 6 is your tune to Viking football on NLWN 2.
Colfax High School football action is coming your way on NLWN 2. Coming up on Friday, October 18th, the Colfax Vikings will take on the Boyceville Bulldogs at Colfax High School. Coverage begins at 6:40 p.m. with Viking Preview. That's live Colfax Viking football on Friday, October 18th on NLWN 2.
How you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Thank you.
A place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
Jayton Silvernail teeing the ball up for the Cameron Comets. Beekner and Hovde are back deep for the Vikings, as the Vikings now trail 14-6. Waning moments of the first quarter. Silvernail approaches, short kick. It's going to come down at the 30 and taken down there. And going straight to the ground with it is Cole Parzik. And the Vikings will have it 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Yeah, you know what I would do, Rick, right now? There's 8 seconds left. Everybody's thinking we'll just run out the clock of the quarter. I think
Fire deep.
I fire deep to...
But we're riskier than they are. All right, the Vikings come up to the line of scrimmage. Peterson waiting for the ball. He puts Hovde in motion. Gives it straight up. No, Peterson kept it. He gets it out to the 30, got met there and thrown backwards. And that'll be the last play. It'll be 2nd down 10, last play of the first quarter. So 1 quarter in the books, and you're tuned to Viking football on NLWN 2.
To get your lawn or garden to perform at attracting what you want, you first need to know what your soil is working with. That's where Midwest Environmental Consultants can help. Their soil testing service can give you a complete rundown on your soil's nutrition and health. They test for nitrogen levels, phosphorus, potash, micronutrients, minerals, pH, and organic matter. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants put you in control of your soil's health. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. That's Midwest Environmental Consultants, serving Western Wisconsin.
Menominee Eye and Optical can help you see the world for the beautiful place it is. Doctors Nicholas and Marianne Comro provide comprehensive and emergency eye care for all, including pediatric and special needs patients. Whether it's examination for glasses to cataract or LASIK care, or diagnosis and management of macular degeneration, and so much more. In addition, Menominee Eye and Optical's experienced opticians will help guide you to the highest quality eyewear for the best value. That's Menominee Eye and Optical, 520 Wilson Avenue in Menominee, where they specialize in quality personalized care for you and your family.
Getting ready to start the second quarter. Second down 10 for the Vikings at their own 30-yard line, trailing 14-6. Put Beekner in motion. Give to Paula straight up the middle. He's out across the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
Parker Wilson on the tackle for the Comets.
Now they're going to mark it on the 32. Gain of 2. So third down, 8 yards to go. Slot receivers out on both sides. Hovde on the near. Back to throw. Looking and almost intercepted by Brady Shimko.
I don't know if that was a broken route or if that was he just got a lot of pressure.
It looked like the intended receiver, whether it was Nichols or Hovde, broke it off early and came up a little bit short, and Peterson overthrew him. So fourth down 8. Hovde and Beekner back. They like to punt Aussie style out of this. To Hovde. Yeah, he doesn't have any time and gets taken down. He did not get a chance. He was going to kick it, but he didn't get a chance to get away. And the ball is down at the 26-yard line of the Vikings. It'll be first down for the Cameron Comets.
Yeah, Cameron came hot on the left-hand side and didn't give him any time.
So now the Viking defense has their work cut out for them. Bryce O'Dash in at quarterback. He's got Peterson in the backfield with him. Puts Manor in motion, gives it to Manor going around the right side. He got to the 25 and taken down at the 24-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 2, second down 8.
Number 72 for Colfax on that. Grant Cook.
So Cameron comes up to the line. O'Dash still a quarterback. Peterson to his left. Manor goes in motion, and we have a whistle. A delay of game is being called against the Comets. That's going to back things up. So a 5-yard penalty. So it should be second and about 13, if my math serves me correct. Actually, it's closer to second and 12. Manor goes in motion. O'Dash keeps it himself, going to the left side, spins and gets taken down at the 29-yard line. No gain on the play.
Good job at number 42, Liam Schotter. He had to defend or fight off his guy, plus he was in there on the tackle.
Third down. Third and a long 12, short 13. Guerra back in at quarterback. Puts his man in motion. Takes it himself, rolling to the right. He's going to keep it. Heads around the right end. Cuts back and gets taken down at about the 19-yard line. He's going to be about 2 yards shy of the first down. Going to bring 4th and 2. And the Comets quickly up to the line of scrimmage. Taking it straight up the middle, and that's going to be close. Let's see where they spot this.
I don't think he made it.
Guerra kept it himself, straight up the middle. They have not signaled. And it's turnover on downs for the Vikings.
Yeah, maybe about a half a yard short.
That's a big defensive stand for the Vikings after that last one where they gave up the ball at their own 26. They give up the ball at their own 26 and hold them to a 3-and-out. They can build off of this. 8:59 remaining in the first half. Nichols is splitting out wide to the right. I think that's Johnson over on the left side. Give up the middle, keeps his feet driving. That's Paulus, gets it out across the 20 to about the 23-yard line.
Yeah, Paulus kind of a north-south runner there.
He got 6, and so it's going to be 2nd and 4. Again, Nichols to the near side, Johnson to the far. Kind of hard to see the numbers way over there on the darker side of the field. I think that's Johnson over there. Now they're shifting. Hovde into the wing. Beekner into the backfield. Option to Beekner. He's got a mess of blue jerseys around him and gets taken down at the 24-yard line. He got back to the line of scrimmage, maybe got a yard. They're going to mark it on the 25. See, that's where his forward progress was. 3rd and, well, a long 2. They got to get about halfway between the 22 and 20, or 30. Oh, come on, Rick. Between the 27 and 28-yard line. I've been doing this for how many years? I ought to be able to read a football field. Peterson waiting for the ball. Gives it going around the left side to Hovde. He's got the corner turn, taken down. He's a little bit short of the first down. He's going to be about a yard shy. And they're going to put it right on the 25. So no gain.
Yeah,
4th down.
I think you got to kick this.
And they brought in Austin Coates in punt formation. Comets not dropping anybody back. Coates takes it, gets the kick away. It's going to land and takes a Cameron hop, but now bounces back in the right direction for the Vikings. It's going to roll dead at the Cameron 43.5-yard line. And it's going to be 1st down for the Comets at that point. Yeah, on that last run around the left end, Theo Hovde came up about a yard shy, and that's been kind of the Viking story all season, hasn't it? All right, they mark the ball on the 44-yard line. 1st and 10, Cameron.
Yeah, Hovde's your speed guy.
They put a man in motion, gives it coming around the left side. He's got the corner turned, and he's got a lot of room. Hovde chases him down. Ball was carried by Aiden Golot around the left end and taken down at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, good speed on the corner there by 24. Aiden Golot.
And Hovde did a nice job of fighting through the face mask, well, the stiff arm, right up into the face mask.
That's one thing about. Yeah, that's one thing about Hovde. He can cover that whole field.
And to give off the right side this time, this is Peterson, taken down in the backfield, back at the 25-yard line. That's going to be a loss of 4.
And who do we just say? Theo
Theo Hovde coming in and making the play.
Hovde making the stop of Peterson behind the line. Brings up second down for the Comets.
2nd and 14 for Cameron. The line to gain is just a nose over the 11-yard line. Manor splitting out wide to the right. Coming over on the left side is Gronsky. And they give up the middle. Bouncing off to the left side and driving forward. That's Odash, and he gets down to about the 15. They're going to put it at the 14-yard line. Brings up 3rd down and about 3.
Knocked down by Grant Paulus.
So Golat splitting out wide on the right. Gronsky on the left. Peterson in the backfield. And we have flags flying.
Might be illegal motion.
And it is illegal procedure being called against the Cameron Comets. So instead of 3rd down and it's going to be 3rd and about 9 for the Comets. 4:35 remaining in the first half. They put a man in motion. Play action, throw over the middle, pass is complete and taken down right near the 1st down line. Yeah, it was Gronsky on the catch, and he's going to be shy of the 1st down by about a half a yard.
Yeah, just about a half step ahead of Beekner there. Beekner on the tackle.
And we have a whistle and a timeout being called on the Cameron Comets. And so with that timeout on the field, we'll take one as well on NLWN 2.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
See, Smokey thinks I'm funny.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed.
Fourth down, about a yard and a half to go for the Cameron Comets at the Viking 12-yard line. Give straight up the middle. Peterson turns the corner, heads into the end zone, touchdown.
Yeah,
Peterson was actually stopped as he tried off tackle and then just bounced it to the outside and found pay dirt.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier, is that inside containment there, and they got outside.
Kelly again to attempt the extra point. Snap the place, the kick. That one's up and through. So that makes the score Cameron Comets 21 and the Vikings 6 on NLWN 2.
Can't believe you're doing this alone. I've done it before. I remember. You threw your back out. How you holding up? Hand me that board. Nothing wrong with getting help. I'm good. I did it when Felicia left. I'll figure it out. I know you will, but you don't have to do it alone. That's all I'm saying. If I promise to look into it, will you drop it and help me build this fence? Now you need my help. It can be a real pain sometimes, you know what? Mm-hmm.
If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Back here at Cameron Stadium, or Comet Stadium in Cameron, where the Cameron Comets have opened up a 21-6 lead over the Vikings. Teeing up the ball for the Comets is Jayton Silvernail, and again, Hovde and Beekner are back deep for the Vikings. 3:57 to go in the first half. Here's the kick. It's going to come down to Hovde at about the 16-yard line. Cuts to the left. Gets to the corner and taken down just outside the 40, maybe as far as the 43-yard line. And it's going to be first down for the Vikings at that point.
All season, special teams have kept this team in the game. You know, they usually can get that up around that 40 to 45 yards somewhere in there on their return.
So the Vikings at the line. Slots on both sides. Peterson drops back, looking downfield, drops the ball, and recovered by the Comets. And that's going to be back at about the 33-yard line. No, Vikings came up with it. Vikings did come up with the ball. I thought Cameron had it, but they sure had chances. Back at the 33-yard line. Big loss on the play.
Yeah, I don't know.
Loss of almost 10 yards.
I don't know which one that was for Cameron. He just ran right by him, got the arm, but created the fumble.
Yeah, whoever was coming from the near side here off the edge kind of hit Peterson's arm, and all of a sudden the ball was on the ground. All right, Nichols and Hovde splitting out wide to the right, or to the right side. Beekner goes in motion. Give to Beekner, and he got met in the backfield. A lot of penetration by blue jerseys on that one, and Beekner gets taken down. They're going to say he was first hit at the, well, they're going to put it at just about the 26-yard line, so going the wrong direction here.
Yeah,
this is the shooting in the foot kind of stuff.
Yeah, slow developing play, and Odash for Cameron just got there first.
Third down and Augusta for the Vikings. Actually, we should say third and Rice Lake from here.
Right, yeah.
And we have a whistle.
We got timeout.
And, well, penalty flag went in. No, delay a game called.
So we back it up a little farther.
They're going to back it up and take a timeout anyway. Oh, they're waving off the penalty. Okay. There is no penalty for delay a game as they called the timeout. So we'll take one as well on NLWN2.
Hi. I'm your retirement fear. But don't be scared. You're still in pre-retirement.
Does that mean I have more time to plan?
Precisely. Here, this is pretirement.org.
Retirement savings options? Potential tax breaks?
Ooh,
This isn't scary. I'm doing it.
you got this.
Visit thisispretirement.org for free resources to help you customize your action plan.
Back here at Cameron, Vikings just took their first time out of the half. They're at the line of scrimmage, 3rd and forever. 3rd and 28, and I'll trust the scoreboard's math. High snap. They give it straight up the middle, and there was nowhere to go. The ball got handed to Paulus at the same time he got hit.
And
4th down and even further.
Yeah, he's slow getting up.
Peterson very slow getting up.
Yeah, that snap was just a little high.
And just a ton of penetration coming through by the Comets. While they tend to Austin Peterson, let's take this time out on NLWN 2.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver. And we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
Mom was always organized, but she started forgetting to pay her bills on time.
And she'd buy the same gifts over and over. Telling the girls about my Alzheimer's diagnosis was really hard.
At first we had our cries, but then we were like, okay, let's make a plan.
Early detection gave us time to adapt together.
It's so important for you to think about what you can do and making the most of what you have.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
Austin Peterson being helped off the field, not putting any weight on that right leg. Now he's getting a little more help. Fourth and 32. No plays in the playbook for that other than punt. Coates is back in punt formation. And I can't catch the number of who's back deep for Cameron. High snap, it goes through his hands. Back into the end zone and out of the back of the end zone, and that's going to be a safety. So that safety will make it 23-6. Cameron on top.
Yeah, he comes up a little shaken.
That snap would have been pretty tough for even Giannis to come down with, I think.
Yeah, just skipped off the fingertips.
So that means the Vikings will have a free kick from the 20-yard line. And most teams choose to punt the ball, but you can kick it from the ground.
Yeah, I think we've seen that before this year already, where they'll kick it off a tee.
And different levels of football allow you to use a tee. And so the Comets will have to put some people up in front of the 35-yard line of the Vikings. (23-6). Minute 59 to go in the first half. I want to remind you that coming up at halftime, our Viking profile will be Hunter Roberts. And the Vikings are going to punt it. Drew Beekner to do the punting. And he kicks a low line drive. That, by the way, is a free ball. Went out of bounds at the 49-yard line of the Vikings. So it'll be first down for the Cameron Comets. And so, to be honest with you, Dan, I'm not sure on the rule on that. If it follows the kickoff rules, we're out of bounds, which should have been a penalty, or whether it follows the punting rules.
Sure, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, but you don't have an answer for me, do you? All right, gives straight up the middle. Peterson with it. He gets across the 50 down to about the 46-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 3. Second down 7. Quickly up to the line are the Comets. Dropping back, looking out into the right flat, and pass is complete at the 41-yard line. And that was Manor on the reception. They're going to mark it on the 40. Third down and about a yard. Guerra keeps it himself straight up the middle, fighting, and getting down to about the 35, gain of 5, and that's enough for a first down. Minute 1 remaining in the first half.
Cameron's looking to go faster.
Playing some tempo. Guerra drops back, looking downfield, fires it to the left corner. Pass is complete, and into the end zone? I don't think so. I think he's going to be marked out of bounds at about the 1. Or he stepped out of bounds at about the 4-yard line. That was Carter Cherney on the reception. First and goal at the 4-yard line for the Cameron Comets. And to give straight up the middle, and cutting to the outside on the left side into the end zone is Bryce O'Dash. And that'll make it 29-6. A 4-yard touchdown run. Kelly to try the extra point, and the kick is up and good. So that'll make it Cameron 30 and the Vikings 6 on NLWN 2.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Well, all of a sudden the Vikings have dug a pretty deep hole with 43-plus seconds remaining in the first half. Dayton Silvernail to kick off, 30-6. Cameron on top. And the kick is going to come down to Beekner just inside the 20-yard line. He takes a stutter step, gets it out across the 30, still on his feet, and, well, he's going to be taken down at about the 35-yard line. And it'll be first down for the Vikings there. 34 seconds remaining in the first half. So the Vikings come up to the line of scrimmage. Beekner at quarterback steps in under center. They put a man in motion, gives it straight up the middle to Paulus, and he got a couple. And we've got a Viking getting up slowly. That's Brady Elmer getting up slowly. They're going to make him go out, I think,
at least,
for a play.
Yeah.
So he got a couple of yards. 2nd down 8. You know, with Beekner lined up under center like that, it does give them the option for running a quick hitter with Beekner. That'll avoid some of that penetration. They won't even run another play, as we are just about down to the final 5 seconds to go in the first half with the clock running, and that's going to be halftime. So coming up in just a moment, we will have Viking halftime with our Viking profile interview with Hunter Roberts, and that's all coming up right after this on NLWN 2.
Even the mighty might not see it coming. It's prediabetes, and it captures 1 in 3 adults. But you can escape. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test to know where you stand and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Be your own hero on smartphones everywhere at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Time now for Viking Halftime with this week's Viking profile and other halftime entertainment. Time now for Viking Profile, where we get to know one of this season's Colfax Viking players. And now Viking Profile.
Today on Viking Profile, we're talking with Hunter Roberts. And Hunter, what year are you here at Colfax?
Senior.
All right, just about done. You can see light at the end of the tunnel, right?
Yep.
Okay. Now, we know that you play football, but what are some other activities you're involved with here at school?
Basketball.
Okay, and I remember watching you out on the hardwood last year. And okay. Now, when did you start playing football, and what kind of an experience have you had with that?
Well, I played 7th grade here, and then this is actually my first year back for tackle.
How does it feel getting back to it?
Feels good.
Okay. What's the most important thing that you've learned playing football?
To have a lot of discipline and teamwork.
Okay. All right, so when you're not playing football and you're not here at school, what are some other things that keep you busy or occupied?
Show pigs in the summer.
Okay, and no shortage of pork chops in your freezer, right?
Nope.
Okay. All right, here we go. Pie, ice cream, cake, or cookies?
Ice cream.
What flavor?
Cookies and cream.
Sounds really good to me. Burgers, brats, or hot dogs?
Burgers.
And what do you want on that burger?
Everything.
And if the kitchen sink is there, put it on, right?
Yep.
All right, sounds good. Favorite NFL team?
Packers.
And your favorite college team?
Wisconsin.
Now, if you had a superpower, what do you think that might be and why?
Super strength.
Super strength, okay. Now, if you have super strength, you have to have a superhero name to go with that. So what's Hunter's superhero name?
Big Hunter.
Big Hunter, okay. All right. Now, if you could sit down and have dinner with any football personality, whether it's a player, coach, other person, through any time in the history of all of football, who would it be and why?
Probably Aaron Rodgers.
Any reason why?
Because he's the greatest QB of all time.
Okay, that's a pretty good reason if you ask me. All right, we're talking with Hunter Roberts today on Viking Profile. And Hunter, what are your plans for after high school?
Hopefully go to college.
Okay, do you have any ideas about where or anything?
Not yet.
Not yet. All right, any idea what you want to go into?
No idea.
No, okay. A lot of decisions to make in this senior year.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, how about a shout out to the family?
Shout out my mom and dad.
Okay. And when people come to Viking games, where are they going to find you on the field?
Receiver and defensive end.
Very good. We want to thank Hunter Roberts for joining us today on Viking Profile. Coming up next, more Viking Halftime.
You've been tuned to Viking Profile, where we get to know one of this season's Colfax Viking players. This has been a production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2. Now more Viking halftime entertainment.
When I arrived in the U.S. at 19, I struggled to find job opportunities without a high school diploma. Everything I have, my education, my career, my marriage, I owe to the Adult Literacy Center and my teachers.
Your achievement has set an example for so many students. Most importantly, your daughter.
Education was the key that unlocked all my opportunities.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free adult education centers near you.
thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. So if you want to talk to your kids, you have to get it trending.
No, you're doing it wrong.
Let's go.
Can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
You've been tuned to Viking Halftime on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2. Now back to the stadium for second half action.
We come from a long line of farmers, and there's a sense of pride, but there's also a significant amount of pressure.
Farmers have to take care of their physical and their mental health, because what's a farm without a farmer?
Watching the sun come up, that's my time. I can have a cup of coffee, and every day's a new opportunity.
That's cool. Yeah.
Don't forget to check in on yourself. Love your mind.
And we're back here at Cameron High School getting ready for the second half. Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow, Carson Van Ness on the camera for us tonight. And the Vikings are trailing 30-6. Taking a quick look at the scoring plays in the first half. With 6:27 to go in the first quarter, a 2-yard run by Cole Peterson, and the extra point made it 7-0 Cameron. Following a couple of nice passes by the Vikings, Theo Hovde caught a 32-yard touchdown pass. Extra point was no good, making the score 7-6 in favor of Cameron. Then with just over 9 seconds remaining in the first quarter, 24-yard touchdown run by Peterson, making it 14-6 Cameron. In the second quarter, with 3:57 remaining in the half, a 12-yard touchdown run by Peterson, making it 21-6. About 1:30 remaining. The snap went over the head of Austin Coates into the end zone. Out of the end zone, it was a safety, making it 23-6. And then with 43 seconds remaining, a 4-yard touchdown run by Bryce Odash made the score 30-6, and that's where we stand right now. Vikings will be getting the ball to start the second half. And Dan, this is kind of the broken record again. Vikings need to find a way to not shoot themselves in the foot.
Yeah, we'll talk about that at half, I'd like to see kind of open up that playbook a little bit. And, yes, you can run the ball, but when Cameron starts dropping 9 guys in the box and you're trying to run the ball, you got to kind of open up that playbook. And I think if they would do that, they could move the ball down the field a little faster. It's tough to run the ball when you got 9 guys going after one guy. So.
Well, and the size difference up front is making a big difference. They've got some big beef up front for Cameron, and they're getting really good penetration against the young but undersized offensive line for the Vikings. Makes it very difficult to get anything going in the running game.
Yeah,
back deep to receive for the Vikings, we have Hovde and Beekner and Jayton Silvernail teeing it up as we're getting ready to get things started here in half number 2. Silvernail comes up, swings the leg, low line kick, picked up by Hovde at the 25. He's going to the left, gets it out across the 35 to the 40 to the 45, still on his feet, out across the 50 and into Cameron territory at about the 49-yard line. So good starting position for the Vikings. 1st and 10 at the Cameron 49-yard line.
Yeah, all season we've seen that, right? That special teams moving the ball.
So now let's stack a few good plays together, get back on the board. Nichols splitting out to the near side. Gives straight up the middle, and there is nothing. And ball gets taken away, and heading down the field and going towards the end zone, one of those big guys
Yeah, he just 65. He just took the ball right away from the Colfax running back.
Tyler Phillips takes it to the house after he strips the ball out of the Vikings' hands. They did not blow the play dead.
Yeah, we were looking at the player on the ground, and I think he just took it right away from him.
And this was a good example of what we were talking about, the difference in lineman sizes. They had such great penetration. He was right there at the same time of the handoff. So here's the extra point attempt by Kelly. Snap the place, the kick gets up, and that one's good. So, we've gone 24 seconds into the second half, and it's Cameron 37 and the Vikings 6 on NLWN 2.
Anderson Bridges, located in Colfax, Wisconsin, has been manufacturing prefabricated steel truss bridges since 1989. With hundreds of bridges supplied nationwide, we suspect you've crossed our path. It may have been on a pedestrian or bicycle bridge, or how about a snowmobile, ATV, or golf course bridge? Anderson Bridges is likely to have manufactured it. Founded in 1989, Anderson Bridges has been a family-owned company since its beginning and are proud to support the Colfax Vikings.
Okay, Dan, what do you say we try this again?
Yeah, that happened so quick. Quick score in, what did you say, 24 seconds? By Cameron. Yeah, I think, Cameron's starting to see something in this Colfax offense, and they're just going to take advantage of it here right now. See if Hovde or Beekner can move this ball again.
Well, they're both back deep to receive as Jayton Silvernail has the ball teed up. He approaches and he kicks it. It's going to come to Hovde. It goes past him, rolling down and out of bounds. So that'll be a penalty, and it's a good thing that went out of bounds. That should move it up to the 35-yard line for the Vikings. And that's where it is. First and 10 for the Vikings at their own 35.
I think Colfax has to take a shot down the field, just kind of open this up a little bit. It doesn't have to be completed, but that'll back Cameron off this line.
Beekner at quarterback, steps in under center. Puts a man in motion coming around the near side. That's Hovde. He finds a hole, and he gets across the 40 and out to about the 44-yard line. He's going to be a yard short of the first down. 9-yard run by Theo Hovde. Hovde has moved over to the wing and slot on the left side now. We'll have to double check and see who's in that wing position on the right side. Cole Parzak is in the wing on the right side. Hovde wing on the left. Parzak in motion. Beekner keeps it himself. Gets caught in the backfield and taken down back at the 41-yard line. Loss of 3 yards on the play. Going to bring up third and, well, they're going to put it on loss of 2. 3rd and 3. Nichols and Johnson split out wide to the left. Hovde in motion. He's coming around the right side. He gets tripped up and gets out to the, he's going to be close to the first down. In fact, it is going to be a first down. He's across the 45, I think.
Ooh.
No, they're marking him inches short. 4th and about the width of a yard stripe.
Yeah, he must have stepped out or something. You know, we can't really see the sideline with the players here, but.
Folks, if you could have seen the look Dan just gave me.
Well, yeah, I was looking at his hand, but it must have been a foot that got out of bounds first.
And Hovde has it this time, and he's down the sideline. And is anybody going to catch him? He's down to the 20, down to the 10, and taken down at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, quick hitter there. Everybody came to the line quick for Colfax and kind of caught Cameron off guard.
So the Vikings have it. First and it's going to be 1st and 10. Looks like they can get a first down. They're just outside the 10-yard line. They're up to the line of scrimmage. Beekner kept it himself, went straight ahead, and he got down to about the 6, maybe 7. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7. They can get a first down. The line to gain is the 1. So it's 1st and 6. Where they've got the ball marked is 1st and 7. All right, they come up to the line. Johnson and Nichols to the right side. Hovde in the wing on the left. Hovde goes in motion. Pitch to Hovde going around the right side. He turns the corner, gets down to the 5-yard line. And that's going to bring up a third and 5. 3rd and 5 from the 6. Again, the Vikings can get a first down without scoring a touchdown. They come up to the line of scrimmage. This is obviously 4-down territory for the Vikings. Beekner underneath, quick throw. We have penalty markers flying.
Cameron saying they intercepted it.
Yeah, but the penalty, or the whistle blew before the ball was even thrown. And the illegal procedure being called against the Vikings, so it's going to move it back to about the 11-yard line. So that's going to make it 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10 from the 11. About 8 minutes, 15 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Vikings are threatening. They come up to the line. Jacob Wall in the backfield now as a tailback. Give to Hovde, throwing towards the end zone. He's got Nichols in the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings!
Yeah, that's how you open up the playbook. Everybody bit to Hovde and left Nichols wide open.
So Hovde to Nichols on an 11-yard touchdown pass. Looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field, go for 2. Roberts is split out wide to the left, Nichols to the right. Beekner under center. Give up the middle wall.
They were close.
And still fighting for it, and no, he did not get in. So the score remains Cameron 37 and the Vikings 12 is your tune to Viking football on NLWN 2.
Colfax High School football action is coming your way on NLWN 2. Coming up on Friday, October 18th, the Colfax Vikings will take on the Boyceville Bulldogs at Colfax High School. Coverage begins at 6:40 p.m. with Viking preview. That's live Colfax Viking football on Friday, October 18th on NLWN 2.
C&K Construction is your source for high-quality concrete and construction work in the Chippewa Valley. Established in 2014, C&K Construction in Chippewa Falls is a leading concrete contractor proud to serve Eau Claire, Altoona, Menominee, and surrounding areas. Specializing in concrete construction, excavating, flatwood poured walls, and much more, they're right for all of your concrete needs. Call C&K Construction in Chippewa Falls at 715-559-1335.
I love golf.
And we're back here at Cameron High School, and the Vikings get back on the board, trailing 37-12 now on an 11-yard touchdown pass from Hovde to Nichols. Beekner has the ball teed up as they're getting ready to kick off. He approaches, and the ball heads towards the sideline and goes out of bounds. And so it's going to come back out to the 35-yard line where Cameron is going to take over 1st and 10. So let's see if that touchdown drive by the Vikings inspired them on defense.
Yeah, if they could just get a little spark here on defense and maybe get a turnover.
All right, the Comets come up to the line. Gronsky split to the near side. And the give coming around the left side. And getting pushed out of bounds is Golot. And he got knocked out of bounds at about the 46-yard line. That's enough for a first down.
Talon Stewart on the tackle for Colfax.
Now Gronsky splitting out wide to the right side. Wings on both sides for Cameron. They put a man in motion, and they give it up the middle. And getting across the 50 to the 49 of the Vikings is Armani Walters. And they're going to mark it between the 49 and the 48-yard line. It looks like a gain of about 5. 2nd and 5. Again, Gronsky to the near side. Golot is split to the far side. Well, he's on the wing on the right side. He goes in motion. And they give up the middle, and not much, and some late diving in there like maybe the ball was loose.
72 on the tackle for Colfax. Grant Cook.
So Walters again was the ball carrier. I think he did lose the ball in there, and it got fallen on by Gronsky, Brady Gronsky. I thought the way they were scrambling, maybe there was a loose ball in there. So 3rd and 3. Cameron with the ball. They give it coming around the near side. Lots of running room. And gets met at the 30 and dragged down at about the 27-yard line. And that was Golot on the carry. They put Golot in motion, and They'll give it to him coming across the middle, almost on a jet sweep action.
Yeah. Tackled by number 6, Drew Beekner.
So 1st and 10 for Cameron at the Viking 27. Michael Gronsky split wide to the near side. And they give this time to Odash, who dashes down to about the 20-yard line.
Yeah, Odash looked like a pinball in the game there.
He was getting bounced around in there a little bit, but he kept his feet going.
Yeah, bounce around, stiff arm, spin.
2nd down 2 at the 20. Jack's men are splitting out wide to the right. Gronsky to the left. They give it up the middle. I think that's Walter again.
Walter's the ball carrier.
And he got about a yard. It's going to be 3rd down and about a yard and a half.
Jacob Wall on the tackle for Colfax.
37-12 with 4:25 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Comets at the line. Give straight up the middle and still keeping the feet going. And whistle blows. Odash on the carry. And he, I believe, got the 1st down. No, they're saying 4th down. He's about half the length of the ball short of the 1st down. Nope, now they're saying 1st down.
Grant Cook on the tackle for the Vikings.
Kind of a delayed call that time by the officials for the 1st down. Looked like they were spotting it a little bit shy. But 1st and 10. At the 17. Now both receivers out wide to the right, and a timeout being called by the Cameron Comets. So with a timeout on the field, you're tuned to Viking football on NLWN 2.
It's getting to that time of year again. Time for the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV to present our Halloween Spooktacular 2024. Join us at 7 p.m. on Halloween night by the light of the Jack-o'-lantern as we bring you some of the best in Halloween-themed old-time radio programs, including The Jack Benny Show and the Halloween Masquerade Party, Dragnet, and the episode entitled The Werewolf, The Lives of Harry Lime starring Orson Welles, and Suspense with The Bride Vanishes. So join me on our Halloween Spooktacular at 7 p.m. Halloween night on NLWN TV.
Looking for a team approach to managing your finances? With over 70 years of experience and 12 locations, Derry State Bank has built a reputation for helpful customer service and support. While our service ethic is old-fashioned, our products and services are not. We offer a full range of loan programs as well as online banking, mobile deposit, and transaction alerts to fit your busy lifestyle. Derry State Bank, banking on relationships, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Back at Cameron High School, the Comets at the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10. And they keep it straight up the middle and only got about a yard, maybe 2. 2nd down 8. That was Guerra, I believe, on the carry. He just took it himself. So 2nd and 8. A.J. Guerra at quarterback. Got Walters in the backfield. Keeps it himself. Throwing out in the flat. He's got his receiver. Turns the corner and gets taken down at the 2-yard line. Garrett Gibbons, I believe.
Number 28. Yeah, that was a good route there by Gibbons.
Just a little one out in the flat. They roll Guerra out. Quick again, they're up at the line, going a little bit of hurry up. 2 runners in the backfield now. Walters and Odash. And we have a whistle, and Cameron wants to talk it over. So while they talk it over, we'll take this time out as the Comets lead the Vikings, and they're threatening again 37-12 on NLWN 2.
Mom was always organized, but she started.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
To be able to do something like that is going to take a lot of people. It's not going to be, one or two people to put a cabin together like this.
Country Haven Farms is fundraising to complete our cabin. Please consider donating. Every dollar received is greatly appreciated and will have a positive impact on the lives of the veterans we serve. Individual, family, and corporate sponsorships are available at all levels. To make a donation or sponsorship, please visit our website or give us a call.
Once the cabin is built, it's just going to be such a...
Cameron at the line of scrimmage, and Guerra keeps it himself, goes straight ahead. He did not get into the end zone. They're going to spot him, I think, inside the 1, however. Second down and about a half a yard to go. Comets at the line. Hero waiting for the snap. Gives it straight up the middle. Odash dives into the end zone for the touchdown. Bryce Odash with a 10-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, just using that right side of the line. They've had good push tonight for Cameron.
So the Comets try the extra point. 43-12, Cameron on top. Snap, the place, the kick gets up. That one's good. So, with a score, Cameron Comets 44 and the Vikings 12. You're tuned to Viking football on NLWN 2.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Okay. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
In November of 2018, our daughter Jana passed away. The outpouring of support was unbelievable. Support that we received inspired us to start a foundation called the Jana Kelly Memorial Foundation. And through that foundation,
we've given back in a lot of different ways, through projects, through different other charities that we've supported. We like to help Humane Association, and the Ronald McDonald House is something that's very near and dear to us. We've also recently, this last year, we actually built.
Cameron getting ready to kick off to the Vikings. And this one's going to come down a little bit short, but Hovde picks it up at the 30. He gets a corner turned out across the 35 to the 40-yard line, and that's where he's down. So the Vikings will have it 1st and 10 at their own 40, or thereabouts. Let's see where they spot it. Looks like they're going to mark it right on the 41-yard line. So Beekner playing quarterback the second half as Austin Peterson went out with an apparent leg injury. We don't know any more details than that, but he wasn't putting any weight on it when he left the field. Vikings at the line. And now we have flags and whistles. And I think they marked delay of game. And that's what they're calling, delay of game against the Vikings. That'll make it 1st and 15 back at the 36-yard line.
Yeah, I got to see a little more urgency here from the Vikings.
So the Vikings come up to the line. Nichols to the near side. Roberts over to the far side. Hovde goes in motion.
Fumble.
And a fumble on the snap. And it's going to be recovered by the Cameron Comets at the 32-yard line. Make it the 33. And it's going to be 1st and 10. Cameron with 1:41 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, the Cameron Comets defense is getting irritating for the Vikings.
It's just that huge size difference. The Vikings just don't have an answer for it. I look at Mason Smith out there, and he comes up to maybe the shoulder pads of the guy on the opposite side of the field. Cameron at the line of scrimmage. And they give it coming around the near side. He's got the corner turned, and he gets it across the 25 to the 20 and knocked out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
Yeah, broken play by the Comets, but it made good yardage, though. He went to pitch the ball, and his running back wasn't there.
Aiden Golot on the carry. And they're going to mark it on the 17. Golot and Gronsky split out to the right side. You're a quarterback. Golot in motion, gives it to Walter straight up the middle, and he gets across the 15 down to about the 13-yard line.
Yeah, almost missed the handoff there.
Are you noticing a little difference in the speed of play and the speed of execution? Again, that's the difference between a team with a fair number of seniors on it versus a team that's all freshmen and sophomores.
Yeah, I think there was, 14 seniors on this team for Cameron? Yeah.
All right, Comets at the line. You're at quarterback. He's got Walters to his right. He puts a man in motion. We have a flag and a delay of game being called against the Comets. That's going to move it from the 13 back to the 18-yard line. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 11.
Yeah, they would have been okay. They did a double shift from left to right, and that's what.
And they had to let guys get set, and by the time they got set, then it was too much time. Cameron at the line. And we have a whistle.
Yeah, end of the quarter.
Oh, that is the end of the quarter. That one snuck up on me. So the end of the third quarter with the score, the Cameron Comets 44 and the Vikings 12, as you're tuned to Viking football on NLWN 2.
One scorching heat wave will leave me powerless to cool my insulin.
When the storm rolls in, my time to find a pet-friendly evacuation center will have run out.
I'm relying on luck, but who knows if it'll be on my side.
When it comes to disasters and emergencies, it's not a matter of if, but when. Take control. 1. Assess your needs. 2. Make a plan. 3. Engage your support network. Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell.
Food isn't just fuel to live, it's fuel to grow. My family relied on public assistance to help provide meals for us. These meals fueled my involvement in theater and the arts as a child, which fostered my love for acting. The Feeding America network of food banks helps millions of people put food on the table. When people are fed, futures are nourished. Join the movement to end hunger, and together we can open endless possibilities for people to thrive. Visit feedingamerica.org/actnow.
"12 minutes remaining in this one. Cameron has the ball. 44-12 is the lead. Second down and 11. At the 18, give to Walters, going off the left tackle and gets taken down at about the 16-yard line. Gain of 2. It's going to bring up 3rd and 9.
Yeah, good penetration by Colfax there.
Again, the Comets at the line. Man goes in motion, gets it going around the left side, and taken down from behind is Aiden Golot. He got to the 15-yard line. Gain of a yard. It's going to bring up 4th down and about 8.
Hey, good job by Grant Cook to get down the line there. You know, for a big guy, he can move left to right.
He'll be back for a couple more years of Viking football. All right, Cameron splitting 2 receivers out to the right side. That's Miner and Golat. And we have a little bit of movement up front, but evidently nobody committed any crime. And getting around the corner is Guerra and gets knocked out of bounds. They're going to say at the 4, it looks like.
Knocked out of bounds by Drew Beekner.
Nope, they're saying he's knocked out of bounds. It's going to be a 1st down at the 4-yard line for the Cameron Comets. So 1st and goal from the 4. They're at the line of scrimmage. Gira waiting for the snap, gives it up off the left tackle, and into the end zone is Walters.
Yeah, good job.
4-yard run by Walters.
Job by that Comet left side of that line. They collapsed it all, and he just went right behind them.
So the extra point attempt. And the snap, the kick. That one's blocked. And so the extra point attempt is blocked.
There's going to be there's going to be a little personal foul. I don't know if it was really anything, but Cameron, the ball went up in the air. Colfax caught it, and Cameron threw the player to the ground. But
we are going to. Because as soon as it was blocked, it was the whistle blew.
Yeah, let's see if they wave it off.
And so we're going to see what the waiting for the call by the official. Cameron coach is out on the field. Personal foul against the Cameron Comets. That'll be marked off on the kickoff. So the score is Cameron 50 and the Vikings 12 on NLWN 2.
In November of 2018, our daughter Jana passed away. The outpouring of support was unbelievable. Support that we received inspired us to start a foundation called the Jana Kelly Memorial Foundation. And through that foundation,
we've given back in a lot of different ways, through projects, through different other charities that we've supported. We like to help Humane Association, and the Ronald McDonald House is something that's very near and dear to us. We've also recently, this last year, we actually built a tiny house. It's really exciting to be able to give back in different ways.
to learn more or to help financially, find us on Facebook or www.janakelly.com.
Okay, as a result of the penalty, Cameron will be kicking off from their own 25-yard line. Again, Beekner and Hovde are back deep. And Silvernail getting ready to kick. He approaches the ball, swings the leg. It's going to come down and go out of bounds. That probably should move the ball to the 50, I would think. But I'm not sure about the call. Either that or the Vikings can make him kick it again, because it's sure not going to be on the 35. Because it went out of bounds at about the 41. I think they're talking about putting it on the 50. That's a 15-yard penalty from the normal. Yeah, we're looking. They're still discussing it. Vikings offense is ready to take the ball at the 50, and that's where it's going to go. 1st and 10 for the Vikings at the 50-yard line. That's 15. Yet normally it would have gone at the 35-yard line on an out-of-bounds kick, but after the 15-yard penalty from the previous play, it would have gone to the 50. And they give the ball straight up the middle. Paulus pounds forward to about the 47-yard line. They're going to mark it on the 48.
That's what we've seen tonight. Paulus doing that north-south running, and he can knock over a couple guys.
They put it on the 47.5. Gain of a couple. 2nd down, a short 8. Beekner under center. Gives it again to Paulus, straight up the middle. He drives forward and down to the 40-yard line. That should be a 1st down. Let's see if they give him the 40. They're saying, yeah, move the sticks. So 1st and 10 for the Vikings at the 40. Nose of the football is just over the 40-yard line.
Yeah, good quick hitter there for Colfax.
Hovde, the wing on the left side, he goes in motion. And the pitch coming back around this side. It gets across the 35 down to the 30-yard line. And taken down at the 32-yard line is Cole Parzik. Second down and a couple for the Vikings.
Yeah, good play by Colfax. Collapse that offense or defense and then pitch it out.
Nichols to the right. Roberts to the left. Beekner under center. Hovde in motion. Pitch to Hovde going around the right side. They had the corner stop that time, and he got down to about the 31, gain of about a yard. It's going to be 3rd and a yard. Third and a long yard.
Yeah, I'd go right back to Paulus. Let him just pound that right up the middle.
Especially since it's 4-down territory. Or Beekner keep it himself. He can run the ball pretty well. Keep it himself straight up the middle. He's past the pressure that way. Which is kind of what he did, except he faked it to the outside. That takes too long. He's got to just take it and go. He did not get the 1st down. In fact, he might have lost a little bit. It's outside the 31-yard line. Those big defensive linemen for Cameron are pinching the middle. Vikings at the line. Beekner pitches to the outside, and Paulus couldn't get the corner turned. Got caught from behind, and the ball is going to go over on downs to the Cameron Comets at the Viking 33-yard line.
Yeah, Cameron stretched that one out, and just nowhere for Paulus to go.
So 1st and 10 for the Comets. Just under 6 minutes remaining in the game. Comets leading the Vikings 50-12. And we have a timeout being called by Cameron. That should be their final timeout. And we'll take one right along with them on NLWN 2.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing that keeps us focused.
A habit we never skip to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game, to drown out that self-doubt and support your mental health? Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mind and your mental health.
Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your
Cameron pitches the ball going around the left side, and he's got the corner and gets it out across the 40 to about the 42-yard line. And carrying the ball is not somebody I have on my roster.
Yeah, 46.
So Dan's going to go find out who it was. And up to the line of scrimmage are the Comets. They had a couple guys in motion. That's going to be an illegal procedure. And penalty marker goes flying. And it's illegal shift. What'd you find out there, Dan?
Yeah, it's one of their foreign exchange students. They know his first name is Daniel, but they don't know his last name.
They don't know his last name. Okay. Daniel,
yeah.
Number 46.
Yeah, so he's getting a little play time here.
Well, he'll have something to talk about when he goes back to his home country. Cameron at the line. And the give coming around the near side and taken down at the 30-yard or at the 40-yard line is Miles Grassman on the carry.
Yeah, you know, if you need to watch some textbook tackling, everybody has to watch Theo Hovde, how he gets low, wraps up those legs, and gets his player down.
3rd down and about 3 for the Comets. New quarterback in there for the Comets is Andrew Larson. Player goes in motion. Give to Daniel going around the left side and gets taken down at the 40-yard line. Going to bring up 4th down and a little bit longer 3.
Number 12 on the tackle for Colfax. It's Cole Parzik. Yeah, that play took a little long to develop, and Colfax got there.
Comets in punt formation, high snap, the kick gets away, and it's going to come down at about the 38 and takes a Viking bounce and is going to be downed at the 44-yard line by the Comets. And so the Vikings will have it 1st and 10 at their own 44. Coming up on 2:50 remaining. We are in a running clock. (50-12). Cameron with the lead. Vikings at the line. Paulus a setback. Beekner under center. Hovde in motion. Pitch to Hovde going around the right side, and he got back to the line of scrimmage, and that was it. Lost about a yard. It's going to be 2nd down 11. Coming up on 1:45 remaining. Beekner under center. Hovde in motion. Beekner keeps it himself, running the option. He's going to keep it himself. Got hit at the 43 and fell forward to the 45-yard line. So he gained about 2 after all that. That was a lot of running to get 2 yards.
Yeah, he kept looking back, see if he should pitch, and Andrew Larson got to him.
He had Parzik out there with him, but actually by the time he wanted to pitch, they had run out of room, and the pitch would not have worked. He did the right thing by keeping it himself. They're going to mark him just shy of the 45, so it's 3rd and 9. Again, Hovde in motion. Pitch to Hovde, looking to throw. He's got Nichols deep. Nichols has got it at the 30. Taken down at the 25.
Seen that twice tonight now where those two connected. Yeah, good job by Hovde on the throw.
That was about a 30-yard pass from Hovde to Nichols. The Vikings have it 1st and 10 at their own, or at the Cameron 25. Beekner keeps it himself, drives forward, gets it down to about the 20. 15 seconds left. Let's see if that's all they want to do, if they want to maybe get some score on the board. And it looks like they're not going to do anything. So that's going to be our final score today, with the Cameron Comets defeating the Vikings by a score of 50-12. And we'll be back with Viking postgame right after this timeout on NLWN 2.
You have been tuned to Colfax Viking Football, live on NLWN 2. This has been a production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network in conjunction with Colfax High School, and is intended for the enjoyment of the viewing and listening audience. Any broadcast, rebroadcast, or reproduction in part or in whole without the express written consent of the Northern Light Webcasting Network LLC and Colfax High School is prohibited. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Viking Post Game.
Have you ever helped a fellow veteran?
Yes. I do my best reaching out to my brothers and sisters in arms.
Have you ever asked for help yourself?
Most of us, we're not gonna admit that we need to help.
You don't have someone to kind of help you guide those thoughts. It can be really bad.
It's just a beautiful space when someone can trust you and say, listen, I need help.
Time now for Viking Postgame with a look back at today's Colfax Viking football game. And now, back out to the stadium and Viking Postgame.
And we're back here at Comet Stadium in Cameron, where the Cameron Comets have defeated the Vikings by a score of 50-12. And Dan, I think this is a real good example of a young, undersized team just being overmatched. Don't give up hope on these kids. You're not going to see it this year, a whole lot of things, but this is a young team that's going to grow, and there's some talent out there that's going to make things happen that are going to be good.
Yeah, and we don't follow it, but the JV team, they are doing actually pretty decent this season. And, I think those players will keep going, and we're going to see it.
The 8th grade team, which is going to hit the high school next year, they went undefeated this year.
Sure. Yeah, and, we see these flashes of moments here for Colfax. We've seen that twice tonight, 2 connections with Hovde and Nichols. We've seen some of the players, we had the crossing routes early in the game. There's those moments that they just need to put one game together.
And the Vikings are going to get a lot of this roster back for next year. And the experience they've got from this year, this game time experience, can only help. Let's take a quick look at the scoring plays in today's game. It all started with 6:27 remaining in the first quarter. 2-yard run by Cole Peterson. Following the Kelly kick, it was 7-0. Then the Vikings put together a pretty nice little drive with a couple of nice pass plays. A 17-yarder to Hovde and a 19-yarder to Hovde, 17-yarder to Nichols, and then Hovde caught a 32-yard touchdown pass to make the score Cameron 7, Vikings 6. With just under 10 seconds remaining in the quarter, a 24-yard touchdown run by Peterson for the Cameron Comets made the score 14-7. That was a score after 1. After 2 quarters, in the second quarter, with 3:57 to go in the quarter, 12-yard run by Peterson again made it 21-6. Then the ball got snapped over the head of Austin Coates as he was in punt formation out of the end zone. So that was a safety, making it 23-6. With 43 seconds remaining, a 4-yard touchdown run by Bryce Odash made it 30-6, and that was our halftime score. In the third quarter, with 11:36 to go, a 51-yard, that's 24 seconds into the second half, a 51-yard fumble return by Tyler Phillips and made the score Cameron 37, Vikings 6. With 10:10 remaining, a 45-yard run by Hovde helped get the Vikings into good field position. 7:54 to go, an 11-yard touchdown pass from Hovde to Nichols made it 37-12. Then with just under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter, a 1-yard touchdown run by Odash made it 44-12. Then in the fourth quarter, with 10 minutes to go, a 4-yard run by Walters for a touchdown. The extra point was no good, making the score 50-12. There was a really nice looking 30-yard touchdown, or not touchdown, 30-yard pass from Hovde to Nichols to set the Vikings up. But the clock ran out, and so the final score was the Cameron Comets 50 and the Vikings 12. Dan, your final thoughts?
It's a season of, we do got one more game yet, though.
Yes, we do.
It's a season of moments. You can see these kids, they understand it. They just need to put one game together, offense, defense, and special teams. And they'll find that W.
And again, it's kind of the term that we used this week, kind of was stacking plays. And when they did manage to stack some plays together like that drive in the first quarter, good things happened. They ended up scoring. So
right.
That's what happens, though, when you have a really young team, and that problem is going to gradually solve itself over the next couple of years, and this Viking team could be a team to contend with at that time. Hey, don't forget to join us on next Friday right here on NLWN2 as we bring you Colfax Viking football. The Vikings will host the Boyceville Bulldogs in the 2024 season finale. Our coverage begins with Viking preview at 6:40, followed by live play-by-play action. Hey, don't forget that tomorrow the Viking boys and girls cross-country teams will compete in the 13-team Boyceville Invitational Action gets underway at 11 a.m. Then on Thursday, the runners will return to Boyceville for the conference cross-country meet. Tomorrow, the Viking volleyball team will participate in the 9-team Cumberland Invitational starting at 9 a.m. They'll follow that up on Tuesday by traveling to Durand to face the Durand, Arkansas Panthers starting at 7. And then on Thursday, the Vikings will host the Boyceville Bulldogs with the varsity starting at 7. A reminder again that tonight's Colfax High School football game has been brought to you by Dairy State Bank, where they're banking on relationships. Midwest Environmental Consultants, soil testers for Western Wisconsin. Anderson Bridges, who have been manufacturing prefabricated steel truss bridges since 1989. Slayton's Technology, IT provider for the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Menominee Eye and Optical, with quality personalized care for you and your family. C&K Construction, concrete experts for the Chippewa Valley. And Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax, comfort food, the way Mom used to make it. Be sure to thank these fine sponsors for bringing you Colfax Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2. So, for Carson Van Ness on the camera, Dan Petchow on my right arm, this is Rick Olson. That final score once again, the Cameron Comets 50 and the Vikings 12. You've been tuned to Viking Postgame on NLWN2.
You've been tuned to Viking Postgame with a look back at today's Colfax Viking football game. This has been a production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network, NLWN2, along with Colfax High School. Check out our upcoming broadcast schedule at www.northernlightwebcastingnetwork.com.